My name is David. I am a DM at Stream Rainbow, and this is episode 3 of Mythos of War, Journey Through the Pyrenees. These are my wonderful players. Mags Curry as Dr. Elliot Fowler, the professor. Gabby as Rosalia Montague, the Empress. Julia as Flynn Kajka, the Codebreaker. Bastion, also cricket. Bastion as Alicia Torres, La Brujita. And without any further ado, we're just going to get into it. Okay, you guys wake up. It is the third day in Spain for some of you. So it is November 24th. And for others of you, it is the 25th year or so. It's the 24th of November. And we are... the morning chill is a stark reminder of both the seasons changing as well as the frost on some of the tips and in the shaded areas, a reminder that you are gaining altitude. So you will soon have a pursuer from the back and as well have something coming for your throats from the atmosphere. So let's start our day. Let's take another crack at our missing code. Go ahead and give me that roll, Flynn. And I will roll for Linda.
This is cryptography?
Yes.
Success.
Okay. Linda got an 8, so that's the game. Okay, so this is the full message. Are you ready?
Yes.
Do you have a pen or you typed it? Or
hold on. No.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Okay. Small group. Capture 4. Brujita. Starlet. Captain. That's the rank of Linda.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just says RM. Kill the other 5 on foot in the southwest region, North San Cristobal, all on foot, no supplies, headed to lab.
Okay. Can I make some kind of roll to figure out what RM means?
No, you don't need to. Rosalia Montague.
Oh, Starlet is Elsie. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Which makes sense because that's all essentially of your like high profile people,
okay.
Right? Brujita has developed a reputation really over the last few years, but specifically over the last few months of becoming more and more of a thorn in these people's sides and be able to evade even when ambushes are specifically set up for them. Traps that would capture most others have failed due to some of that magic.
Okay.
And then Rosalia, I also forgot to... there was something that you got off of Ace's body, and you can keep this to yourself, or you could share it with the group if you want. It's completely up to you. One of the things that Rosalia found on Ace's body in his little set of notes was an extraction code. Something to put in like the radio room there, because they're going to have... So what you guys have and what Linda has, which is a little more powerful, right, is close to like what you would think of like a CB radio, right? It's got some range, but nowhere outside of like, 50, 100 miles or whatever, right? However, like kind of like a smaller range CB radio. And then well, especially with the mountains, right? All the interference between the trees and all that kind of stuff. You got about a 25 to 50 mile range on Linda's little contraption. I guess you wouldn't necessarily know, but from reading this, you can understand that there's probably some sort of like cell room, radio room at this lab that they were meant to punch in to the machine, and somebody is listening on a long range, and you would expect maybe somewhere from maybe like Lisbon or France even, is somebody nearby is listening to come swoop in on the coordinates. You would also know that you're going to need to do that and then input coordinates, just so you know. Okay.
I'm assuming Linda and I would like go over the code and everything together.
Yes.
We should. I'm gonna tell everyone else.
Well, do you think that that's a good idea?
Why wouldn't it be?
Someone's.
Right. I really don't know about that.
Flynn, it's simple deduction. OPSEC, right? Operational security. We know, they know exactly how many people are in our group. They know what the status of our supplies are, or at some level, they know where we're headed.
Okay. Well, we know if there is a mole, it's not any of the four that they've named who they want. And I trust Alethea. I trust Ricardo too.
Ricardo seems very set in his beliefs and on his course.
Yeah.
The thing about Alethea is people keep dying around her, and she keeps making it out alive.
You could say that about any of us.
But you can say it most specifically about Alethea. It could be luck, it could be skill surviving all these, or it could be cooperation.
That makes no sense. Why? What does she get out of that?
What does any trader get out of anything? There's always some agreed upon the freedom to live like a king amongst her people.
This is her land that they're destroying.
Hey, there's been more baffling betrayals in the history of war.
I just don't think it's a good idea for us to start pointing fingers and keeping secrets.
I'm not pointing fingers, but I am keeping my eyes open. You can tell who you want. I'm just telling you, I think of the people it makes the most sense, who is the one who would be able to sneak away the easiest? Who would be able to send the messages the easiest? This person is communicating in situ. It has to be one of the people that's on the outer edges as a scout. Look. Roll psychology or something. Yeah, roll psychology.
Success.
Okay. You see like a real earnestness. She's really trying to get you to understand something.
Mm-hmm.
War is not personal. Brujita is your friend. People have used friendship for more sinister reasons in the past, and they will for the rest of time. I understand your trepidation, and I would say that I understand your naivete. I'm not saying that I think it was Alethea. I am saying that any of us could be, and the person that it's most likely is either her one of Avery's people or the other freedom fighter. Because Ricardo, man, would kill any of us if it meant his people were 1 inch closer to freedom. And that is the fucking truth.
Look, I won't. I'll hold on to this for now. If I see a reason that people need to know, I'm going to tell them.
Okay.
I've been betrayed by people who I thought could never hurt me before, Linda. So, I know.
Okay. So don't let it happen again?
I won't.
Good. Because I have to make it out of here alive.
Yeah, I know you do.
Okay. I think they're waiting on us. We should head out. Alethea. You are headed into a region. This is where things are starting. This is where it is a lot less treaded, right? There's a lot less trails around here and less like known hideouts and these like known little alcoves and clearings to go to. You are gaining elevation. The air, you're starting to feel the air thin a little bit. You're really sensitive to that, being someone who sort of lives on this range. And you, in addition to elevation, going to become an issue in terms of fatigue. You will also have to consider temperature. So give me a what do you have? Do you have a
natural world?
Natural world, that's what it's called. I kept thinking nature and it's natural world. Yeah, give me a natural world and give it to me advantage.
All right. Thank God for advantage. That is a success.
Okay, so the other thing that you realize is with the tree line the way it is, you're getting away from San Cristobal and the like more treaded areas, but you're still low enough that right now is the best area for you guys to hustle as much as you can, because no sniper is going to be able to shoot through the trees at any sort of distance. Mm-hmm. You are now in an area, like you're now in like a wooded area that is in the like a fully wooded area in the foothills, no longer lightly sparse or like this is like a full coniferous forest with large trees that are pretty dense, which will also make travel a little more difficult. So you can essentially travel longer, but it's going to be more arduous. And then the other thing you're thinking about as someone who is essentially a professional backpacker is weight distribution and food. So you essentially, there's not enough food, on that natural world roll, and Ricardo says it to you. There is not enough food for all of us to make it there and back.
Well, not all of us are going to be making it back, but we can forage, we can hunt if necessary. I think there's nowhere safe to cut dead weight.
Yes. Well, it is a shame it is winter. Hunting will be difficult, as many of the animals are beginning to take their rest. I will head out a bit. I will scout ahead. Do you hear that? Do you hear that large cat? It was such a fearsome roar. I did not know that there was a panther about in these mountains.
But perhaps it will provide enough meat to sustain us.
Perhaps. I will see you soon. And Flynn, Elliot, and Rosalia, you all see Ricardo and Alethea whisper. And Ricardo head off, ahead of the group. Rosalia and Elliot, what are you thinking as you begin the day?
I'm definitely going to tell at least Elliot about the extraction code. Like share that information with him because yeah, I feel like I can trust these other people, but there's a different level of trust with Elliot. So I'm definitely gonna share that. And I really want to have a conversation with Linda and Ricardo because based on their behaviors or visuals that I've seen, I have suspicions about them and I just want to, you know, chat with them.
Okay. What about you, Elliot? What do we got going on?
If Rosalia hands me the extraction code, can I make a cryptography roll to see if I can break it?
There's no code. It is a like
Okay.
it's like a safe word. It's a random set of letters and numbers, but it's just a code of like somebody is essentially listening in a radio room. This is the way this works in the real world too, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's sitting at a console or waiting in a radio room somewhere, what's called an open channel, right? They are on this frequency wherever Dan Darling or you don't really know, or William Donovan or Brock Canton, right? Whoever it is that like gave him this code knows that there's somebody, like I said, in Lisbon, maybe Marseille, that is listening on an open frequency. And when this code comes across, there's a team essentially on standby that is going to come here immediately within like an hour, essentially, to come pick you up.
Rad.
And you said that I would need to tell them where we are and then give the code, or give the code.
You give the code, and then that's the flag that goes up, and then you immediately follow it with coordinates. That's the way.
Got it.
I'm giving you guys that for free. But Elliot might know that. That is essentially how that would work. You might have heard something like that in when you were getting ready to come over here. So but yes, it's not a cipher. It is just literally it's like free 25. Put this in on your cart to get 25% off your first order.
Yeah. If you or your loved one has been diagnosed with
Okay, what we got, Elliot?
If that's the case, I think Elliot is just gonna break out whatever maps and stuff that he would have on hand of the area to see their best direct route to their landing spot, wherever they have to go, just so they can beeline it almost.
That is an almost perfect segue, because you guys don't know where you're headed. You know the general area, and you're headed in the general area. Now is where Alethea and Ricardo, this is where they're going to make their money. You guys have to find the lab. It's high up enough that it is it hasn't been able to be found or spotted. And then it's like, so I don't know, it's again, this is like one of those things where let's keep talking about war, because it is a war show. So when you're spying overhead with a spy plane or even a satellite, well, a satellite's better because you get full way high, right? But with a spy plane, you have to fly low enough that you don't get picked up on a radar. So what that creates when you're flying over a mountain range to get images, any sort of crag or cliff face cuts you off from huge swaths. because you can't be too high to get hit by that radar, right? So it's a perspective problem. The lens that you're capturing the images with, or even the pilots inside, often can't see on the other side of a simple cliff face that could cut off hundreds sometimes of square miles. So mapping a mountain range with spy imagery is incredibly difficult. Literally, like 50-foot difference could be the difference between seeing 30 or 60 or 70% of an area, right? And it's all matters about lighting. So they know based on movement and based on what they've been able to track, essentially, that people have been that traffic has been headed this way. So you know that there is some sort of trail they are probably using. You know that there is some sort of I should have you guys roll for this, but I gotta shorten these games, you know. So you know that there is a way to find that, but I'll tell you the truth: your map's probably not going to help you. But as you are looking at your map, what's up?
I have a question. Does Elliot first, were we told by Flynn or Alethea about their being marked by the Watcher? Is that something that was told
That is
to us?
our thing.
Okay. Did not think so, didn't think so, but I had to ask.
Elliot's keeping that information to himself.
Also,
no.
Do you guys even know?
Elliot saw
does.
So Elliot got
Locked
due to his history with the eldritch horrors and the seeing of the book.
Right.
My thought was
everybody had a chance. Elliot was the only one that caught it. What's your question?
Well, if Elliot owned the book and that book was stolen and that book is somewhere nearby, my thought was, if there is a connection to this book by someone who has been marked by a being that is in that book, would they feel some sort of something and give us a general direction?
You can try.
I can't know. So yeah, I'll ask Elliot that. Like, Elliot, is there any weird?
So Rosalia, you walk up and Elliot is looking at his map.
Like a weirdo. Like your dad on a fucking cross-country trip before MapQuest was even a damn thing.
I, walk up to Elliot and I'm like, hey, so I understand you're looking at this map, but I had this thought that they stole your book, right? And we know about this second monster book, right?
Yes.
Do you have some sort of otherworldly attachment to this book? Has this book ever called to you? Something in the book? Something that maybe you could reach out to and figure out, some sort of location? Like, give us like we're definitely going northwest, or...
I think when Rosalia asks if Elliot has any sort of connection to the book, the scar on his left hand starts to burn a little bit. Like enough where it feels enough where it feels really fucking annoying, but it's not like excruciating.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me really wants to say yes, but the other part of me is certain that Elliot's so determined to turn off that part of his life still, even on this mission, that he's gonna keep denying it, that it's even a thing.
Rosalia, give me a psychology roll. Elliot, give me a fast talk or deception. Deception's not a roll, actually, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just fast talk.
I mean, if you can beat an extreme success with a 7.
No, I rolled a 62.
Rosalia, for the first time you can remember, Elliot is lying to you. Additionally, added layer, you don't know why they would hide this information, but what occurs to Rosalia is that freely giving this information would move you closer to getting Dickie faster, and you are being denied this information. Alethea,
Yeah.
Ricardo heads off, and you see. Give me a psychology roll, really quick.
Yeah.
And
Happy
Rosalia,
to.
give me. You could go with like disguise. You could go with fast talk. You could go with
Failure.
failure. Okay, there's something weird going on there. Did they hook up? I don't know. But Elliot and Rosalia. That's always a thing that was never really like point of emphasis for Alethea. So they just kind of always think that that's the source of awkward tension. And so sorry, that doesn't have to be canon if you don't want that to be canon in your character.
It's
but you
so
see this,
funny. It's
you
so
see
funny.
this,
As long as
and
Matt's good with it.
there's just something there. And you see Elliot with a map. And again, like I said, Elliot hasn't occurred to Elliot yet, but it occurs to you that map again would be useless because you don't have a specific direction to go. You don't have like a place to go.
Yeah.
You are also starting to burn daylight.
Alethea sort of looks at the map, looks at the situation. It is time to go. The map is useless. We do not know our final destination. We have to explore. We have to find it.
Yes. It's going to be rather difficult.
Yes.
And Elsie emerges from the little like carved cutout you guys were in. Again, this is a very petite woman. And huge, oversized, normal sized for most people. I think the only person here who could probably share clothes with her is Alethea. And so these are very normal size, but they almost look like a child dressed as like a freedom fighter, like a liberator. Look like maybe a 14 or 13-year-old, and you guys are all starkly reminded of the realities of who's fighting this war in certain places.
How old is Elsie?
Elsie's 19.
Okay. I thought so.
Yeah. So she's the age of the average soldier in the European theater. As you see this,
That's
like
upsetting.
youthful vigor, I want everybody watching this to be upset by that. It is. War's hard, and it sucks, and it steals youth and snuffs out lights. And you see this beautiful, bright woman step out with her suspenders to hold these oversized pants up and this large, thick linen shirt.
It's good look for you. Now,
Gracias.
everyone, gather around. Listen, we have to move quickly. This is our time. This is our chance. These trees, they will keep us safe from the sniper. The lab, its location is a secret. It is unknowable to our intelligence. So we have to look for it. We have forward scouts already. We're going to make our way up the mountain. We're going to move quick. We don't have a lot of time. We need two things. We need to stay warm, and we need to stay with our bellies full. We do not have enough food, which means that we will be hunting and foraging on our way up the mountain. Pickings are slim. If any of you fancy yourselves as hunters or gatherers, now is your time to make an impact. Otherwise, we use our rations sparingly, and we will do our best.
Keeper.
LC pops to attention and says, "Aye, aye, Captain. Let's go kill some krauts."
I love her.
I
Keeper, real
volunteer
quick.
to be a hunter as well.
What's up?
While Alethea was giving that speech, I'd like to be standing next to her, and in a way that hopefully only she will notice, I'd like to sneak a note into her pocket.
That sounds like a stealth.
Or sleight of hand.
Yeah, or sleight of hand. Do whatever's better for you.
Can it be
You can
stealth?
pick. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I was thinking about being mean to you, but
Can I help with stealth?
you have to give me a spot hidden first, and then
Yeah.
you can help.
That is a success on my spot hidden.
Okay, I failed.
How bad?
98.
What's your
Close.
stealth?
Yeah. On
What is your stealth?
40.
That is a fumble, my friend.
Okay. That's cool.
If I succeed in my stealth roll,
This isn't a
can
roll that
you
I feel
get
like I should
advantage?
push.
I will say a fumble with it, because my whole thing was if they just I wish I could have got it to say it, but my thought process was if you fail, you get the extra roll with the success. But I think a fumble would take a hard success to undo.
But can
So-
I push it?
You can push.
I don't know how I would do that.
So, like it could be as simple as, "Oh, what's that out there?" Right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
You could try to like
Look
you
over
could try to like
there.
you could try to sneakily like throw a rock behind like your back, right, to get everybody to like turn towards that. There's options.
I think that's a good one. I think I'm gonna like take a little like pebble or something and just kind of
Yeah.
toss it.
Okay, and then roll the second die and let's see what we got.
God, please.
Mm.
Oh my God. Okay. Extreme success.
Yay.
Literally exactly my extreme success. It's an 8.
Whew.
Pushing the roll works, kids.
Extreme. That's troublesome. Okay. All right. Alethea throws, or sorry, Elliot, you throw this rock.
I do.
Alethea, you feel, sorry, not Elliot. Oh my God, sorry. Everything, you'll see in a minute why
This
I
has to stop.
became flustered.
This has to stop.
Look, stop being such similar little gay boys, all right? And I'll fucking stop.
Not being such little dudes.
Flynn.
Yeah.
Cricket. Flynn, you throw the rock. Concurrently, Alethea, you feel in your pocket. You feel a weight, like a small shift. It's the kind of thing that most people wouldn't have noticed. Again, however, the moment that that Flynn sort of brushes your body, there's that weird, even though it's through clothes, you still feel like a very powerful, almost like emotional static electricity. You would have been able to continue going if you did not then hear the yelp. And you hear what is unmistakably the yelp of a small animal of prey, or a predator. And as you all turn, you see a coyote. And then, as that coyote starts to move its way forward, you look around, everybody. Give me a spot hidden.
Oh,
Is a
one.
success.
Nice.
Extreme success.
Hard
On the
success.
die.
Ainsley
There are
Gates
10
wishes.
coyotes.
Oh,
What?
You can see 10 coyotes starting to surround you around 30 feet out. They have fully encircled you and are closing in. Everybody give me a dexterity roll.
God.
Got initiatives set. Let's Flynn, you are up first.
Oh boy.
You got about 25 to 35 feet, you would guess, between you and the nearest coyote.
So are they circling us on all sides?
All sides, you are fully surrounded.
Okay, I'm gonna hold up my gun, look at Linda like, is this what we're doing?
Linda, let me give it a second. Yeah, Linda's like, yeah. Like,
Okay. Then I'll take a deep breath and try not to think about the moral implications of this, and I will attempt to shoot. That's bad.
How bad? Is it just a regular failure? What's the number?
97.
Are you over a 50 again?
It's a 35. My firearms.
Okay, that's low enough. You're good. I actually think I did that fumble wrong too with the 98. Okay. Then 3 of the coyotes will go
Whoa.
first. Oof. Jesus. Okay. One of the coyotes goes to bite. Or here, actually, I'll do this. Yeah. One of the coyotes goes to bite. One of Ace's men, and does a full 4 damage. And then the next one, oh shit, goes to get, who is this gonna attack? Ooh, this will take on Rosalia. Rosalia, you
Can I
take
dodge that?
Yeah, you can
Is
actually.
that
Go ahead and roll me a
possible?
dodge.
Okay.
Yes, roll me a dodge actually. I forgot. This is not gunfire. So.
No, that's a failure. By just
Okay,
a couple.
you take 4 damage as well.
Okay.
And then the last one goes to attack Avery's other guy, and he fully just takes the butt of his rifle and times it right out, smacks it away. Okay, and then Elliot, is your turn.
I'm just going to use my. I'm just gonna shoot at one of them with my handgun.
Do it.
Ricardo's not here.
That is.
Nope.
That's a regular success.
Okay, give me the damage, please.
7 points of damage.
Okay. That is literally exactly how much it needs. You kill one of the coyotes. So we are down. We'll take that from the one that has 4. Okay. So now we have 9 coyotes left. Coyote group number 2, another 3 are gonna go. They rolled really well on 2 of their rolls. Holy fuck.
Great.
Okay, that's a miss. Actually, that one hit, so... Give me 1 second. I'm rolling so incredibly well. I rolled a 1 and a 7.
Hey,
sorry, a
David,
17
it'd be super cool if you
and a
could
001.
Stop hitting us.
I won't. Actually.
Aw.
Okay, this time, Rosalia, you took damage the first time, right? This time, Alethea, you get 4 coming at you if you can't dodge. And then, so you can roll a dodge if you want. And then Flynn, you are getting the 0-1, which is a crit, so you're getting 6 damage at you if you can't dodge. So you guys both give me a dodge roll.
So quick thing. My half my dex is a half number. Would I round up or down?
You can round up. That's
Thank
fine.
you.
Technically, you're supposed to round down, but
Oh, beats it.
take it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Who you got, Alethea?
That's a failure.
Failure. Okay, so you take 4.
Ouch.
Okay, and then Rosalia, it's your turn.
Try to take him out in one hit. We don't need to be firing a bunch of shots.
Do we-
Yeah, I'll actually say it's still on you, so you can get advantage. It's like in your arm. Go ahead, Rosalia. What do you got?
I got a regular success. And I think I can do 3 attacks. Is that what the 3?
With the gun? Yes, that is what it says.
Okay,
you
so
just,
do I need to do 3 of those?
You can if you want. Those, they're not rolled at disadvantage, but it takes a hard success to hit. So the one that's attached to you, you can just roll a regular success will hit it. But the other ones, because you're shooting, the idea is that you're emptying the clip kind of thing, right? You're going pa pa pa. So you're shooting a little fast. So those take a hard success to hit.
I'll just do the one that's attached to me.
Okay.
So that's 1d10 plus 2. Sorry for all the combat questions.
It's all good.
That's 8 points of damage.
That's enough. 7 is their hit points. So that thing, you put your gun, not thinking about the mortal implications, right to this coyote's head and pull the trigger, and it falls. But what do you got, Brujita?
Let's see. I mean, I think I'm just gonna pull out my gun and start blasting. Yeah, Ricardo is far enough away. He's probably gonna come running back as soon as he hears gunshots, but
Good guess.
at least everyone's up and moving now. I'm gonna pull out my revolver and take aim at the closest coyote. She's kind of trying to not shoot like in the meat because she wants to eat these coyotes, but
Well, you got one that doesn't have a head. So.
yeah, that's perfect. That is a success.
Okay, give me the damage.
That would be 2 damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and do.
How do you only doing 2?
I do 1d10 with the revolver.
I thought it's 1d10. Oh, with the revolver. Yeah. Because I was thinking the rifle. Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and try and empty half of it with another 2 shots.
Sounds good.
And that is a failure and success, but not a hard success.
Okay. What you see next is 2 coyotes. Who was it that took damage or an attack last between Julia and Bastion, right?
Yeah.
So Julia, you take, or you can try to dodge. You take 2 damage. And then you also see Ernesto. Huh?
Felipe, that's the third.
Felipe?
Yeah.
You see Felipe take 4 damage as well. Wait, let me double check. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he takes 4 damage as well. So he goes down there. Were you able to avoid that, Julia?
No, I didn't do.
Perfect. And then you hear a large howl and 2 more coyotes show up.
Remember when we were all scared
That
of the
is
Nazis?
Back to the top, Flynn. Go ahead, give me what you got.
The one that just attacked me. Since it's closer to me now, I'm assuming it's gonna be a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Can I
Okay.
push? I don't know. I don't know how I would push.
How close are you?
Well, if it's the one that just attacked me, I guess you tell me how close it is.
You just need a success.
Well, I didn't.
No, how close is your
that's what I'm
failure
asking.
to the success roll?
72 on a 35.
Oh, yeah, that's not gonna do it. Okay, Flynn, you miss. Your first shot. Do you take the other 2, or do you?
Oh, yeah. If I could be taking more this whole time,
You could take 3. Yeah, these require a hard success to hit, though. You could still aim them at the one next to you, and they would just take a regular success, though.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll say it's like right on top of you.
That's a extreme success.
Okay. And then give me the damage.
5.
5. Okay, it is almost down.
Okay, and then third one.
You get it like across the shoulder, and it is it won't let go. It's clamped onto your arm, like dogs tend to do, but you feel it starting to like lessen.
Alright, third one. No.
Okay. And then the next group of coyotes we're gonna go. That's a miss. Jesus. Oh my god. And that's 2 hits.
Are you rolling too well again?
I'm rolling so good, it's absurd.
Stop.
David's having the opposite issue of the Sophia finale for once, and I don't like
Okay,
this.
damn, they keep going after. Now it's Alethea. You
Alright.
take 3 damage if you can't avoid it.
Alright.
And then Elliot, or
Alright.
Rosalia, between Elliot and Rosalia, it was Elliot last time. Or Rosalia
Nope.
last time that got bit, right?
Yeah.
I got a success.
Yeah, okay, so Elliot, you take 4 damage.
Can I dodge it?
You
Or
can if you can dodge it.
yay. Oh shit. Yeah, that was a hold on.
I got a success.
Just
on
a
That's
that.
a hard
success.
success. That's a hard
Perfect.
success.
So you guys both miss, or you guys both avoid it, and then Elliot, it's your turn.
Cool. I'm also a moron that didn't realize I could be taking 3 attacks in 1 turn, so I'm gonna be doing that.
I didn't call myself a moron.
I did call myself a moron. That first one is a failure.
Okay.
Second one is a regular success for 5 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take another attack on the one that I just hit. That's beautiful. That's an extreme success.
Done. How much damage?
Yeah. 12.
Okay, we can say, yeah, so another coyote comes to jump up at Elliot, and Elliot, you were, the last time you heard this much gunfire was 2 days ago, but the second to last time you heard this much gunfire
was 20 years ago.
And what you, in the similar fashion, you start to feel Elliot is not a very physical man. He's not someone who's inside his body a lot. But as you feel this, there's this like battle sense that comes over you. There's this like, there's a moment of panic when things first start, and then you feel a little sick to your stomach right now, with which the ease that you fall into this violence. And you scope out 2 coyotes in 1 shot.
Shit.
Sure.
Elliot Fowler, professional hunter.
And then that is Elliot, and then we got 4 coyotes going now.
Lynn looks at his anthropology professor like, God damn.
Miss. Miss. Hit. Hit. Rosalia for 4 damage. And one of Ace's men will take...
I was able to dodge that with a regular success.
Perfect. One of Ace's
beat
men
it.
is starting to get surrounded. He's got 2 on him right now. One's at his like lower calf area, like by his knee, and the other one's like on his forearm. He looks rough. Is that turn, and then we are going to go straight to Rosalia.
So I'm gonna do those 3 attacks because I don't have any like on me. And I want to go for the coyotes' throats so they cannot howl for reinforcements. If that's cool.
Sure.
Also, is Linda and everyone else taking turns?
Oh, I forgot about Linda. The others... Oh,
Linda
shoot.
and
I'll
Elsie.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have them go twice in a row. I meant to, and I just forgot. Thank you for that reminder.
Yeah.
So I'll just have them go twice right here.
The first attack was not a success. The second one was a hard success. The third one is a regular success.
Okay. Yeah. The last 2 hit.
Okay, so when it comes to rolling the damage when you do 2 hits, do you roll just your damage one time? Or do I roll it
No, you
2
roll the damage
times?
each time. Each time you hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious. Well, 16 plus 4, 20.
Six, 20 damage total?
Mm-hmm.
You see Rosalia, who's standing next to one of Ace's men, who dropped the gun, dropped his rifle, and has went to a sidearm as he's like being bit on a forearm, and Rosalia picks this gun up, skewers one of the coyotes, flicks it off, shoots another with an M1 Garand, and then fully domes a last one off of the injured man. You don't think it's dead, but its neck is broken and it's squirming on the ground.
Oh, God.
So that is 3 more gone.
How many are there left total?
There is 6 left.
Okay.
And after Rosalia goes, Elsie is gonna shoot 6 shots. Elsie, who had a look of shock on her face for a moment, was jolted into action from seeing her mother move so violently to protect her. Sort of steps in front of her mom, who did not see another coyote taking this opportunity to do some of a sneak attack, and goes on to kill 5 of the coyotes. There is 1 left.
I would yell out, "That's my daughter!"
Fully, yeah, just like
Maybe
fully.
don't yell that right now.
Yeah, just fully steps in front of Rosalia, gets that one in the air, and just one after the other, 5 in a row, and misses the last shot. And as they do, says, "Oh, damn it," as they go to, with one hand, this gun that is almost the size of her head, put the barrel out and watch the, push the barrel out, let the shell casings fall, and immediately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, slaps it in, rolls the barrel.
Could not be more proud.
We're not gonna roll anymore because that was insane. I rolled 5 successes, sorry, and 2 10s and a 9, and then a 5 and an 8. It was absurd. Elsie went fucking ham, and there's one last coyote that is running away.
Yeah.
Ricardo comes running up. You guys have some small wounds, those who took some damage. You're going to need to do a first aid check and succeed. Or you need to tell me what you get.
All right.
But as you guys are doing that, Ricardo comes running back, just as Alethea had suspected, and says, "Oi! How are you? Is everything okay?"
Yes,
I heard
everything
shooting.
is fine. It was just coyotes.
Ah, shit. I should have seen them. We need to get moving
You
now.
could not have seen this coming.
We need to get moving now.
We do, but
Oye. Vamos a ver.
Success on the first aid.
Okay, what else did everybody else get?
As well.
I
Success.
failed by 1.
You failed by 1. You can use a luck to get there if you want.
Oh yeah.
Or
let's
you
do
can
that.
push.
No, you'll just use luck. That sounds.
I
good.
failed big style, but can I push
Did you
it?
fumble? Or how
No,
did you-
I
what
rolled
do
an
you fumble?
80. But I have like a 30 in first aid.
Yeah, I'm going to
so
give you
that's-
how you push it,
Okay.
though.
That's fine.
You take the hot barrel of a gun and put it on your wounds.
Oh, okay.
Give me a sanity check.
Inspired by Ainsley.
Oh! Do I do the sanity check first and
Yeah,
then...
give me the roll first, and then and then
Okay.
we get the sanity check.
If we succeeded, do we heal?
You're not healed. You
Oh,
just
okay.
you just now don't get an infection.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That is a regular success.
Okay, you're good.
That's all I
I was
needed.
really hoping you would fail that. Now give me a sanity check.
Why?
You know why? You know exactly why.
Hey, Pepe, why?
Hey, David.
What's up?
I rolled
Oh,
a
no.
71 on a 49.
Oh.
Okay.
Why did you do that?
Because I fucked up really
Roll better.
bad and I wanted this.
You lose 11 sanity as
What?
you are taken back. Yeah, I rolled a 6 and a 5 on 2d6. The dice are hot, guys.
God.
Um,
Hot.
Oh my fucking god.
You are taken back to that hold. You feel this heat on your arm as you think, as the blood is continuing to pour. It hits some sort of vein or something, right? There's just like a little bit of a leak. It's not a spray, but you know you need to close this wound if you're going to start moving, right? If you start moving and your heart rate gets up, you're going to leak out of this wound. So you do the thing that you know to close this wound as fast as possible. You put that barrel to your arm and immediately pass out. And you are taken because and as you pass out, you are taken back to that room and you see the look on Ainsley's face as Ainsley does the similar maneuver. And you think about the young boy in this like in between space of being between consciousness and unconsciousness, right? You think about that sweet boy who was dragged into this, who wanted nothing but to make his sweet little paintings and make his mama and papa proud, right?
Yeah.
And you think about how at 12 years old you were essentially dragged into this when you first got invited to that meeting, and you think about how all the hiding and obfuscation and how all the secrets, it's always the young men who have to pay. And what keeps you, and what really hurts, what really causes this loss of madness though, is that you realize now that you are one of those old men keeping secrets and hurting the young ones. As Dickie lies, presumably tortured in a facility just a few miles north, and Elliot's pride and secrecy are too much in the way. Everybody else sees Elliot, a look of sort of madness on his eyes, as before anybody can say anything about sort of sutures or ability to close a wound, because Alethea, one of your people, has a first aid kit, has some sort of combat dressings, and instead Elliot takes the hot barrel of a gun, closes his wound, and passes out. So now everybody's going to be rolling, or is going to be moving one thing slower. What's up, Flynn?
So real quick, once I got my injuries taken care of, I'm on the ground picking up shells just so we don't leave any trace that we've been here behind, just as many as I can get.
Okay. Give me a spot hidden to do that.
Okay. Fail.
Triket, they know that we are here. There's no need to hide the shells. This is...
Okay. And then...
They have in a sniper. The sniper is not going to see the shells. They're going to see us.
Yeah, okay. And then I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then I get up and I turn and see Elliot falling, and can I attempt to catch him?
Yeah. There's no risk of injury on the falling. You see you see Elliot look at the gun, and you think for 1 second he's going to do something more drastic with it, and then he just kind of like puts the barrel where this wound was.
Dr. Fowler.
And yeah, you could go ahead and catch him. It's fine.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So yeah, even if you guys have smelling salts or something, Elliot is somewhat catatonic. Is just not with it between the gunshot wound 2 days ago and now what just happened is on the struggle bus.
Yeah.
May I?
So, what's up?
May I pull Elsie aside real quick?
Let me explain the stakes of what is going on real quick, and then you can decide if you want to pull Elsie to the side. So you guys will be moving slower, in addition to the already getting through the woods and doing and getting through the weather. You now are essentially shifting the weight of carrying a person. Not completely right. Elliot can kind of move, but is just in a fucked up state.
Yeah.
And they just keep muttering Charlie.
Okay. This'll.
Yeah, and then Ricardo says we need to get moving now. We have to get moving.
The coyotes, we need food, right?
Yes, Erodoya, the giant Rosalia. Take Elliot and begin going that direction. Ricardo, see if any of these coyotes are salvageable for food.
Yeah, I'll hand Elliot off to Rosalia.
Yeah, and then I'll just ask Elsie to come with me for this.
Okay.
Yes, please. I have a favor to ask you.
Okay. You guys all get moving. You can do that on the road. I need everybody, me and Rosalia resolve this, to give me a constitution roll first. Okay. So Elsie comes up beside you, puts her head underneath Elliot's other arm. It looks insane. You guys look like Russian nesting dolls. What's up? Yes, mother?
Elliot, your uncle is hiding something, and he is out of sorts right now. And I think if you talk to him, you can get information. I need you to talk to him about a book. Thank you. We'll go ahead and carry him.
Okay. What's everybody's con roll? And you go ahead and roll con for me, Gabs.
Oh, everyone's rolling con?
Gabba. Huh?
Everyone's rolling con?
Yes, everybody is rolling con.
Success by 1.
Because now we are in essentially a very long chase scene.
Success.
Hard success.
2 hard successes and 1 regular. What you got, Gabs?
1 regular, yeah.
Okay. Then Julie, you were regular as well?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. 2, 4, 6. Oh, yeah. Hey. That works out perfect. You needed 6 total points, and you got it, because hard successes are 2, regular successes are 1, and extreme successes are 3. So you guys are able to keep moving. Ricardo says at one point to Alethea, I think there is a chance for us to do something. tonight. Perhaps we can lay a trap for death.
You think they are that close?
I think if they are not now, then we will never have to worry about them being close. After those gunshots, they have a clear direction. Before they were searching, and now they know. And now we wander, and they know exactly where they are going. There is no way to move fast. You know this. There is no way for us to move fast and to cover our tracks. We have to choose one or the other, and speed is our friend because it is our territory. So, I think there is a way for us to lay a trap.
Then let us lay a trap. Let's do it, see.
Okay. I'm gonna roll real quick for your pursuers. So your movement roll now, because you passed the con. Give me you guys can give me a dex, a power, a natural world, or sorry, not a power, a dex, a strength, a dex, a strength, a natural world, or a navigate roll. Right meow.
Right meow.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Success.
baby.
Hard success on navigate.
Okay.
Also a hard success
Hard-
on navigate.
Okay.
Hard success on dexterity.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a success on natural world.
That is incredible, y'all. 6 again is what we were looking for.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to get, just so you know, I'm not rolling for anybody else, just to make it easy. I also don't want the other people to like outweigh with bad rolls your guys' good rolls, right? So I'm just leaving it all up to you guys. So yeah, you guys are able to make it. Ricardo tells you at one point he's gonna circle back to try to like get an idea of like how far back they are. One thing that is happening. Okay. One thing that is happening is you do have to. One thing that continues to happen is one of Ace's men that was really, really fucked up.
Oh yeah. Can I try to?
Keeps falling behind. And as you get ready, Ricardo comes back around, and he's real sweaty, real running. He comes up to you, Brujita, and he says, I believe they're somewhere around a quarter to a half mile back. We have some time. And you know that right now, that is about 15 minutes. So, Ricardo says to you, we can push. And if we push, we can make it. We can create some separation here. They are tiring. They are full gear. There's 10 soldiers.
10.
It's just a full battalion. I'm sorry, a full platoon. They are regularly armed, but they are not prepared for this environment. They are slowing now.
Yes.
So if we push, we can create some separation. Druida, the soldier will not make it.
Yeah. Alethea is going to look at the soldier, look at Elliot.
Rosalia, give me a listen roll.
Oh, absolutely.
Anybody else can too, to see if they want to hear what Ricardo said. Not you, Elliot.
I was gonna say Elliot's no cold.
I will just because I think I would like to keep myself in proximity to Alethea.
Yeah.
So I'm not like purposely trying to listen in, but I think
No,
like,
I totally understand.
yeah.
That's an extreme success.
hard success.
Rosalia, this soldier is going to keep you from Dicky. Julia.
Yep.
Ricardo implied that he's going to shoot this soldier if he's going to keep you guys from
I
moving
was going-
quickly.
Can I chime in because I heard that?
You could do whatever you want, sister. This is role play.
Yeah. Okay. Ricardo, is it?
Oi. That's his response.
Okay. That soldier
Okay, man.
is slowing us down. He also has supplies that we need.
Yes, it is very delicate. We can probably make it.
You should kill him and bring those supplies up.
I'm gonna look back. Does it sound like that guy can hear us?
No, they're a little farther back. They're like
Okay.
15 feet.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, hold. Are we sure? That's. I don't know. If we should...
Ricardo looks at you, Brujita.
Yeah. He won't make it. Even if we get to the lab, he's just a walking...
It is a mercy.
It is.
Okay.
Mercy or suffering?
No, you all know more about that than I do.
This did not have to be a decision with everyone involved, but...
Ricardo goes. Looks at Avery's other man, who is everybody give me a spot hidden. But he is knelt down and he's sort of tending. He's tying. It looks like he's like trying to redress this wound. It looks like the one on his leg just like keeps leaking. That's the one that's giving you guys the big problem, right? This guy. The problem is, right, you get your heart rate going, you thin your blood, and it makes it easier for you to bleed, right? And then you get a compounding problem. So you get blood loss, so you get fatigue, and then you get slow, and then you get slow, and then the muscles hurt more, and so this guy is there, and he's just telling his buddy, he's telling him, hey, we're gonna make it. We're almost to the stop. We just got a couple more miles. You got this, okay? And Ricardo comes up. Give me what everybody else had on their spot hidden.
Hard success.
Hard success.
Extreme success.
If I
am unconscious.
You're unconscious. What's up?
If I can just like grab Ricardo's shoulder before he approaches them.
Sure.
Don't do it in front of his friend.
He looks at you for a full second and give me a psychology roll.
God. Fail, but not by a ton.
There's a look that passes through this guy's face. That I think the only thing you can equate it to is maybe like condescension. And not like a indifferent condescension. There's like a level of animosity almost. There's like a level of there is a simmering something there that is not positive.
Yeah.
He says nothing, and then he turns, and him and Avery's man exchange a look, and what everybody sees is tears running down this man's face as he goes to tourniquet his friend's leg. A look passes between Ricardo and this guy. They give a slight nod to each other. Avery's man tells his friend, here, close your eyes. We got a few minutes to take a rest. Just close your eyes for a little bit. I got you, okay? I got you. I'm right here. And as this guy says thank you, you hear a gunshot. Elliot.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. My turn.
You are home for the summer in New Jersey. You're 13 years old. Your father signed you up to play baseball at a local like YMCA style thing, right? Because you did enough of that nerd bookworm stuff all year. You need to get some physical activity in the summer while you're home. And you guys were it was a terrible game. You were in right field where you belonged. However, the like one ball that was hit to you went unfortunately rolling very slowly by because you were busy trying to catch a bee without getting stung.
I love that David's clocking me, the actual person, and not Elliot Fowler, the actual character.
And so you get into this, you get home. And you're sitting in your room, and what is Elliot thinking?
I think he's kicking himself a lot because, like, the one thing that always kind of stuck with him growing up was, like, why am I not like the other boys? Like, why am I not as strong? Why am I not as, like, good at sports? And I think that was really the one thing that he kind of felt like he failed in his father's eyes, that he just wasn't, like, the real expectation his father had.
And as you're kind of like laying on your bed with like maybe your feet off, probably still full uniform that's very clean because you didn't need to slide and didn't make any diving catches.
Didn't catch that bee either.
It's a tiny little bit of sweat is on the collar. That's about it. And as you're sitting there and thinking, like, why can't I be as strong as them? And why can't I be as brave as the other boys? You hear a voice that, it's weird, in a dream, right? The way that time works. Because you can be a child and see someone that you won't see until your future. And that child, you will still recognize that person. You hear a voice you won't hear for another 15 years say, "You're weak because you choose to be, Elliot." And as you sit up on the bed, you see Charlie.
You motherfucker. Oh, you motherfucker. Okay. Wow. Thank you.
If you want to be better, kid, you gotta do better.
I think after that instant, hopefully Elliot immediately wakes up, or maybe he's stuck in the nightmare for a little longer. I don't know.
Do you want to try to wake up?
Yes, actually, I kind of do. What's it gonna cost? The 38 points I have left?
Roll a power roll for me.
Alright, that's a regular success.
You feel the dream begin to you feel yourself, you feel your subconscious mind try to grab on to reality, and you feel that grip, and you feel this like you feel yourself being pulled through time as you like age, and you feel the memories of the last few years, right, as this like mental construct that essentially is meant to shield your brain and put it into like a low service mode to save yourself from experiencing the trauma of what you did to yourself. The word that The words that Charlie says that don't allow you to leave are always running from problems. There's never the right time to face them.
Great. Awesome. Love that. Elliot and his 13-year-old boy little body, I think, is just gonna start
You're about
hysterically
20 now.
crying.
You're about
Oh, that's
20 now.
awesome. Then in my 20-year-old body, I'm just gonna start hysterically crying.
More tears, Elliot? Thought you would have been
This
cried
isn't
out.
real. This isn't real. I'm not here
Yeah.
right now.
You know it's not why it's not real, because you let me die.
I didn't let you die.
Did you do more to stop it? Did you do anything to stop the people who killed me? Did you do anything to protect our family?
How
from
was I
being
supposed to
known?
know anyone was after me?
Oh, I have one of the most powerful artifacts in the world, and I'm constantly in contact with the government and other powerful people in the world. I couldn't possibly be a target, could I? You can only claim naivete for so long before it undercuts the genius argument. So either you are malignant or a coward. And I thought all those years ago you decided to stop being the latter. But maybe there was a surprise for us all, and Elliot's always been a fucking bastard.
You shut your fucking mouth.
Oh,
I
yes.
thought what I was doing was to protect our family.
Here we can be strong. Here we can raise our voice. Little
I thought what I was
domestic
doing was
disturbance.
best for the both of us.
And where the fuck did that lead us, Elliot? If only there was someone the whole time away saying, please be bolder. If only, all at every stop, there wasn't somebody who constantly told you there is more in this life for us, and that we cannot hide away. If only in your life there was someone who wanted you to be the best you could be, and instead of protecting them, you left them home to go hustle your little speeches, and they fucking died, just like everyone around you fucking dies.
Don't say that shit to me. What was I supposed to do? Go back to the Pastores? Coddle up to them? Try to get back into their good graces once more? Let them
Elliot.
take everything I've worked for?
The question is, should I have done more? The answer that you're looking for is that you should have fucking done anything instead of hide. Inaction is a choice. And it often leads to this. So you can sit here and be mad at me, but I'm just a reflection of yourself. And whatever that you need to fucking reconcile, you need to figure out. So you can be mad at the memory of Charlie, and then the face changes. You could be mad at your dad, and then the face changes into one that you haven't seen in so fucking long, and it's almost pristine and like icon-like because of the way that it's held in your memory, and it's your mom's face. Or you could be mad at me and charge all the problems of your life to the time that you saw your mother shot and died. Or if you want to fucking be better, Elliot, you can fucking do better. You know what you have to... And you're awake.
I'm in a cold sweat and dry heaving a smidge.
Yeah. During so at this moment, right after Ricardo has pulled the trigger, Avery's other man through tears. Ricardo goes to bend down and this man slaps his hand away. And first looks for like personal effects, it looks like. Takes like a small note out of one of his like inner pockets. Takes like a moleskin notebook, and takes his service revolver, and then kind of like motions to like have at it. So as that is happening, Ricardo takes just the ammo actually first, and then goes back to you and says, "Here is my plan." And he goes on to explain.
To all of us?
He tells Brujita. So whoever, it looks like Ricardo only talks to Brujita and Felipe. He like does not give a shit about anybody else.
All right, well, I'm standing near
He
Alicia.
fucking hates the Yanks. It's fine.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I get it.
And so he says, "I believe if we can push now a little faster. If we do, it looks like the professorio has awoken. So if we can move a little bit faster,
Yes.
we can get them in a chase mode, and we start a fire."
A fire this close to the lab.
We don't wait at the fire.
Of course. But it will still draw attention.
I agree. And then we can go away from the attention. We kill Eriotza.
You want to just waste their time, or you want to jump them?
I want to kill the man who's killed more of my countrymen than I can count.
But specifically, are we going to set the fire and then hide, or then just fully leave it?
Yeah, I don't know what this plan is like, because if they see a fire with nobody there, what are they going to do? And Ricardo gives a suspiciously long look at Linda.
Psychology check?
Yes.
Yeah, same. Same.
Success.
Well, every trap needs bait.
Success.
So we would need some to be willing to be at the fire.
I
do not believe I was seen. I know which way they are coming from. We would know exactly where they are.
see.
How far away is that dead body?
I don't know, like 10 feet from you?
What if we put the dead body at the bonfire?
We are not going to carry a dead body. The whole point is not to have dead weight.
Keeper, that was a success on the psychology.
Yeah, he wants people, he's not going to be out there, but he wants people to sit at the fire as bait.
I'm more wondering, like, that pointed line at Linda, is he implying, like, you're going to do it? Or, like, what's the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Linda's not going to do the killing.
Okay.
Linda responds. Oh yeah, Linda rolled really well. Linda responds, absolutely not. That is under no circumstance will that be happening.
Well, you won't be alone.
Are you serious, Flynn?
This isn't... I mean, Ricardo's right. We can't just... Look, I'm sorry, Miss Atwell. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty at some point here.
Oh my God.
We all accepted this knowing that we were very likely to die. Why do it now when we could get as far as possible? and save my fucking
Because-
son instead of
The
distracting.
lab is only step one. Eraldoya, if we get your son and we leave and there is a sniper waiting for us, we're not going to get very far. They know exactly where the lab is. They have communication with the lab. The moment that we set foot in there, they will know. They will set up and they'll be ready to kill us the moment we set foot outside with the best sniper in this war.
In the world.
Look, Linda, this isn't. No, we're not sacrificing. This is just to divert their attention. You won't be. You have a weapon.
I
on
don't
you.
think I have very much of a choice, so do whatever we need to do.
And I will be by the fire as well.
But Linda,
Okay!
Linda, you do whatever you need to do too. You have a weapon on you.
All right.
You know how to use it.
I just want you to know that when we get back, there will be serious repercussions for this insubordination.
Alethea's going to,
Insubordination.
pull Linda by the collar and clock her.
Whoa.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right, do it.
Get
Oh,
her.
yeah, they don't see that coming at all.
Yep. I guess I can roll for that, huh? I'm not actually very good at brawling. So this
believe in
might
you.
be less
I'm a passion.
effective.
Let's go.
I
Yeah.
believe in you.
Okay, barely a success. It's a 34
Yeah.
out of 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what DB means.
Damage.
Damage
bonus.
Oh, damage bonus.
Damage bonus.
Oh God.
It's just
I
a zero.
think
Okay, so
it
that is 2
is-
damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should have 0 because you're tiny.
Yeah.
They take that damage. They are very shocked looking up at you.
This is a war. You get to sit in your ivory tower and break your codes. And this moment you set foot on this mountain, you are no longer in charge. You do not understand the risks that we take out here every day. Young men, young women dying. The families that we bring across this pass, broken, shattered. And you have the balls to say that we will suffer for this insubordination. Get your shit together. This is a war. You are fighting in a war with one of the most powerful nations in the world. It is hard. I am so sorry. It is so difficult for you in this war to be like this. But if you do not get your shit together and start taking it seriously, then you can go be on your own and rule your own little kingdom of one and see how long you survive in these montañas. Am I clear?
Anybody can give me a psychology roll, but what you see just on the surface is Linda just kind of like full tears, like streaming down. Not like sobbing, but just that like, you know, that like silent, sort of like resignated tears kind of thing. And she just kind of like nods.
Ricardo just killed a good man with a family at home. He probably has a mother that was expecting him to come back, waiting for him, ready to cook his favorite meal. Just bought all the ingredients at the store. He's supposed to be home in only a few days.
Okay.
I got a hard success on the psychology check.
It's shame. There's a lot of shame.
Okay.
It's just like,
Yeah, fail only by 5.
I
Fail.
mean, like, you can take a guess that like if there's some sort of like embarrassment or whatever. Elliot, you said hard success.
Hard, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like what what Brujita nailed it, right? This is a person who wanted to fight, right? This is a person who volunteered to go, but thought they would do it in a way where they would never have to deal with this part of it, right? And you just see shame. You see someone who never thought they would have to act, who thought that they could hide away in a room with their books, being forced into action.
Fuck you, David.
I'm gonna.
Alethea sets Linda down and gives like a push back towards Cricket. And now, if you would like to get home to your own family, then I suggest we talk and walk and figure out how to deal with the sniper behind us and the fully staffed lab ahead of us. Okay?
Okay. This is going to work like a skills challenge.
Real quick.
This is going to... I'm going to need 4 rolls. I'm going to need stealth. I'm going to need a firearms rifle / shotgun from someone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need a brawl roll from someone.
Not for me.
And I'm trying to think of like what is better here.
David, can I do something super fast?
Give me 1 second
Yeah, no
while
problem.
I think with my brain. That isn't as good. I will let you guys pick something else that makes sense then, actually.
Yeah, I think Alethea wants to use her magic to set
duh.
a snare.
Magic. Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use it whatever way you want. What's up, Jules?
So just after that interaction, I think like a lot of the times when stuff has happened with Linda, I've been the one to calm her down. This time, I'm literally just gonna hand her my handkerchief, and then I'm gonna go and just like give Alethea like a pat on the shoulder, like fully turning my back to Linda. And it's 2 things. One is like wanting to show Linda that I'm with Alethea on this, and then also is wanting to like feel some of that fire from Alethea.
Yeah.
Because I think I need it. And then
I think you see with my face turned away from Linda now, it's like angry tears. Like she is pissed that this soldier isn't going to make it. This person, another person who put their life in her hands, isn't going to make it home. And she is like furious.
I'm just gonna whisper in Spanish in your ear. You did the right thing, amiga. Check your pocket.
I will.
I'm here for you.
And me, you.
After Alethea's interaction with Linda, Rosalia has so much respect for her. She's like, all right, okay, that's who we need. All right.
Okay, so in terms of those roles, what were the options again?
Brawl, shotgun.
Brawl, stealth, rifle, occult. And I'm taking the occult roll, and I got a critical success.
This
so
is
I'll
to
take that.
this is to set the trap, right?
Christ. You got a 001?
I got I got
Extreme
9.
Success. I will say you have an inclination that based on your interactions with Flynn, they could roll it. And if you want to give up your extreme success, I would let Flynn roll with advantage because you're helping them.
Okay.
Don't feel like you have to.
I am very good, like incredibly good at stealth and pretty okay at rifles. I could take one of those rolls.
I have flat stats for brawl and firearms. I have
I'm gonna
50
ask
in
you guys
occult
to
and
roll
stealth.
in about 30 seconds.
Okay,
So-
Mags, if you're
Fuck!
if you're okay taking the stealth, I just won't be good at that.
Well, no, Flynn, you're
Okay.
taking occult.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I'll do brawl because I have the 25, but everybody else seems to be better at the other stuff. So I'll just.
I have a. What's
I'll
your
just
rifle?
10
10
45.
seconds.
Yeah, you take the brawl.
David,
I'll
did you
take
say I
rifle.
get advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
They got a
2 seconds.
one!
What?
You fucking kidding me?
Oh, stress.
That's my first one!
Yay!
Yay!
Post-it note that tells me which one is which.
I got a regular success on stealth.
Regular success on rifle.
Regular success on occult.
Okay, so regular, a 1, and then what'd you get, Fowler?
Regular.
Regular.
So 3 regulars and an extreme. God.
And a quit.
Okay, so I got the rolls. We have a extreme success and 3 regulars. What is everybody try? Where is everybody? So Rosalia is taking the shot. Rosalia,
No,
that means
I did the brawl roll.
Oh, you did the brawl. Okay, so then
Yeah.
you could be wherever. Who did the shot?
That was me.
You took the shot. Okay, so then Alethea, you can't be at the fire.
Yeah. I think Alethea is like planning to be by the fire and things like that, but like looking at like who's going to be able to do what, and we're down most of our military people.
Mm-hmm.
I think Alethea is going to take Flynn aside and try to like, we've had this connection. I think she's going to try and intentionally push the hag into Flynn with a touch to give that snare spell to instill that knowledge from
Both
her.
of you give me occult rolls.
I love that. Hard success.
That is a 7. That would be an extreme success.
You feel you have the sensation, you have the desire and the intention. You know that the elements to a spell, right? The 2 most important are intention and the idea of what you're trying to do. The words that we use, right? And Abuelita used to tell you this, right? You see these fucking movies. They play the. It's always Latin. It's always about whatever. It does not matter what language. Magic does not have a language. The words are not important. The intention behind the words is what matters. It is the repetition of the words. So as you think of that, right, and you think of intention, and as you think of as you think of the idea, and then you think of the intention of pushing this hag into Flynn, and then as you think of repetition, what is it that you repeat? What is the ritual element of this? What is the spell component?
I think she's gonna like harken back to what she and Cricket have said a couple times now, and she's just gonna be repeating the mantra in her head of I, you, and you, me.
Beautiful. Flynn, you see. What do you say to Flynn as you start this? Actually, what's the conversation?
Yeah. Nire Laguna, Cricket, time is of the essence. I cannot be in 2 places at once. You can pick up on patterns. I think you are predisposed to the patterns that are behind magic, and I think with a little push, I could give you a piece of what I have, and you can set the snare that I was intending to set. It may be dangerous. The hag is wily and unpredictable, but if you're willing to take the risk, then I think we can do something together.
I trust you.
And I you.
Okay. We already did the rolls, so I'm going to describe some stuff. Alethea, you hear a small voice in your head as you begin to chant. You hear a small voice say, "It's been a wonderful stay, dearie.
Oh shit, wait.
I'll be seeing you. Kisses."
I didn't realize that's what this is.
And as you hear that voice, you hear it in a Doppler effect. As you feel the intention of this spell become realized. And the feeling of you, it's hard to, when you look back on this moment, it's going to be hard for you to determine how much of this elation was your success at essentially inventing a spell of unknown magic that you have no idea. And this idea now that's been solidified in your brain that you can do more than Abuelita even imagined.
Mm-hmm.
That you'd never had to go looking for magic because it was always with you. That you had to learn to unleash what is inside of you to accomplish what you want. And that much in the same way that the Spanish people don't need anybody else, but if they were to unite and stand together and not let things like religion and regionalism and language be barriers to that community and that unification, they could accomplish far more. And so it's hard for you when you look back on this moment to determine how much of that like the joy that you felt was due to this realization, and how much of that joy was felt due to this essence coming into you that feels like the cool side of the pillow, that feels the way that when you would take that tingle of a spearmint leaf, right, as it leaves that aftertaste, right, the feeling of of carbonated soda water, right, that like delicious pain, those all the tightness of skin after you spent a day on the beach, right, it's those beautiful pains in life that you feel rush in as you simultaneously with this joy. Flynn, what you hear is I and you and me, and you see that, and what you hear in your voice is, no, I don't want to go. I thought we were going to be together. Flynn, don't let me go. Don't let me go! Hi, dearie. And what you feel is stubbing your toe. What you feel is nicking your finger while you're chopping vegetables. What you feel is the feel of a paper cut between your fingers. What you feel is that weird way your hair gets when you wear a beanie that goes against the normal grain of your hair, and then you try to move it and it's like painful. What you feel is all the like wild inconveniences that stack, and those little pains that stack and create, that can ruin your day. And what you see in Alethea's, the tiniest tip of her scar just looks a little bit brighter, a little bit pinker, and you feel a little bit heavier. Additionally,
Yeah.
I need both of you to roll me a sanity roll.
Oh.
And Bastion, you are going to lose 15 points in your occult score. And Julia, you are gaining 15 points in your occult score.
Oh my god, wait.
It's a pass on my sanity.
Okay, that's a pass on my sanity.
Yeah, that's what you feel.
Okay. Okay, let me do math. Hold on. Okay, so after that...
Much like a weekend of ecstasy, shortly after the joy you felt your spell working, you feel a deep loss of power.
Can I, like, see that in her?
No.
Okay.
You can give me like an occult roll or something to like sense it.
I mean, it's really good now. I might as well.
With your new score, yeah. We have like a 90?
Yeah, it's a 90 now, so that's a hard success.
Okay. Yeah, you see, you see a diminishing. You saw there was always a joie de vivre, right? There was always something extra in the same way that people said about you that Brujita has and still has.
Yeah.
But it's almost like that thing, right? That like, you know, they say that like some people walk into a room and even just subconsciously everybody kind of turns their head. There's just a little less of that.
Are you okay?
I am fine. We will remedy this afterwards. Go, quick.
You're gonna have to tell me your story one of these days.
And you...
Okay. Everybody is in place. Flynn, can I pitch you on something?
Yeah.
What do you think about an illusion to make it seem like there's more people at the campfire, so it looks like the trap is a little more juicy?
That sounds great. Can I ask, like, who specifically are we leaving at the fire? Is it Linda and...
So I think it's gonna be everyone except Alethea, Ricardo, and yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then I would want to leave the number that they think is going to be there based on the message that I clocked.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is that number 9 or is it 8?
Let me check.
5 seconds.
Oh,
5.
1, 2, 3, 4,
4
5,
3,
10. It's like 10.
2.
Alethea...
Okay,
It's 9.
you put
It's
10
9.
people.
It's 9. It's 9.
You
It's 9.
put 9
It's
people
9.
at the fire.
Okay.
If Alethea can interject, some people will be out on watch.
Okay, yeah, I'll put like 7.
Got it. Perfect.
Okay, I have dyscalculia, man. Don't tell me to do
It's
numbers
all good. Okay. So you got everybody there. You got the spell going. And you're kind of sitting on the outskirts.
I think kind of like this is the first time I've like done magic.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Just the fact that like I imagine something and then it happens, I just kind of like look at my hands, look at Alethea, and just like, this is like all the time for you? You can just do this?
It is more complicated than that. I must go.
I'm coming with
find
you. But, yeah.
a spot to scope out the. I must go.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. All the action. So there's no more rules here. We're just gonna go into narration. All the action was sort of determined by those numbers. So I'm just gonna kind of describe what happens. So you're sitting around the fire. Discussing which direction to go in, and maybe faking an argument on the side about how long the fire should remain lit. And then Flynn, you hear it first. The sound of breaking branches. The sound of perhaps the other 8, 9, however many of this platoon, probably about 50 or 60 feet away, you hear small little cracks, ones that you've become accustomed to in the long silences of this march over the last few days, right?
I'll alert Ruvita and Ricardo.
Yeah, so you give the predetermined of a night owl. Brujita begins their search. And very luckily, because of the way the tree branches fall and create this like mycelial web net looking shadow on the floor, right? It's kind of easy to tell where there's a body because that would create a solid shadow. And there it is. You see it. A bigger shot than maybe you've ever taken. Maybe you're looking at 1/8 of a mile. You thought you were out far enough, and they're just less than 1/8 of a mile, but he's about a little less than 500 feet away, essentially, and you have a tiny window between the tree branches to get this shot. Rosalia, you are sitting and you hear the call as well. Elliot, what gun do you have hiding underneath your coat, ready to go?
Colt 45 service pistol.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a dice. And this is a very important roll. Because he's gonna get one shot off. Because even if he hears the sound of Alethea's gun go, we'll just pull that trigger themselves. So I got 8 people at a fire pit. A 7 and an 8 go to illusions. 1 through 6 is one of the other people at the fire pit. Where's my D8? Okay. Alethea, what is your process as you begin to line up this shot and take it?
There's a lot going through her head with the loss of the hag. It feels like a weight has been lifted, yes, but also that she's become less substantial, and she's sort of gearing herself up and trying to like just push through it right now. We can fix this later. It's whatever we need to do for the mission. Gets in position, slows her breathing. Whatever thing you are, whatever not hag I have traded with, I do not know what you offer, but in this moment I will take whatever you can give me.
As you venture into this new darkness without that familial companion, even though you were never necessarily in direct contact, you felt that you knew they were there somewhere in the back of your mind, waiting for you, like a mote or a seed of potential. And now you feel, as you become keenly aware of these things in the last 3 days, right, you feel this different. It's not as heavy. It doesn't feel as substantial, maybe, or it doesn't feel as hard, or it doesn't feel as much. And in that worry, you think about being in one of the most dangerous situations of your life without the things that have made you you. And because my other brand is being a liar, I need a Constitution roll at disadvantage.
For me, you got it. Constitution is my dump stat, everyone.
No!
It's a failure, but not a fumble.
So as your hand begins to shake with this uncertainty, as you can't quite get that heart rate down, because you know if you miss this shot, you'll never get another one. It took literal magic. You hear a small voice deep inside of you saying, "You got this." And you feel a sense of relief as your heart rate slows and your hand steadies. As you hear a loud bang, Rosalia, what's going through your head?
A bullet.
Cover.
Okay. Elliot? What's Elliot thinking about in the moments before this gunshot?
I think he has not let go of the thought of the nightmare since, I mean, it's fresh, so it's been like probably a few hours since like he actually like came through and woke up. And I think he's just more fixated on trying to do better, trying not to run away from whatever's going on, and trying to think of what he's going to be doing in order to remedy the mistakes as he's made previously.
And Flynn, what's going through your mind in the moments up leading to the sound of a loud crack?
Can I see Alethea and everyone else from where I'm hidden?
You can choose one or the other.
Okay.
You either were closer to Alethea or you were closer to the group.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep eyes on Alethea.
Yeah, you can see Alethea. You
Just,
see that small shake, and then you see it steady, and
just,
then you hear crack.
Yeah, just like having every ounce of faith in her, but still being so ungodly scared.
Okay. Good. You should be.
The fuck, man?
As in that time stop moment where we checked in on everybody, you hear a crack. And Elliot, Maggie, you've had your head in your hands for a bit during this latter half of this session. I like to think Elliot was maybe doing the same as this like fake argument that was maybe bleeding into a real argument is going on, right? You hear the first crack, and then you hear run. And as you hear lift your head up, you hear a second crack. And then you see Philippe's head explode. Next, there's an immediate rushing in of the rest of the crew. Delayed death is gone. He was shot dead. He's fallen. Alethea, you immediately turn your rifle as you see the body of Philippe, where just maybe the lower jaw is sort of hanging down as blood kind of spurts out of this open wound on the neck, and the body slowly tips over. The next thing you see is one of Avery's men turn around immediately, bayonet a German soldier. Rosalia overpowers another, covers his mouth before she sticks a knife up through the bottom of his neck, through his brain. Right after that, Linda gets up and shoots two dead. Unfortunately, that gap in time of bayoneting, of sticking it into that man, Avery's man could not get his gun back out, and a bullet passes through his shoulder and the neck. Flynn, you were coming and come up behind two German soldiers and able to take them out. Elliot immediately pops up, takes one, misses on the second shot. Elliot, you get taken down. You don't take any damage, but you get tackled. Elsie comes to your rescue, blasts that man in the head, picks you up and says, It's okay, Uncle Elliot. We got this.
Yeah.
And in that moment, a bag is put over her head, and she is restrained. You go to fight and are hit with the butt of a gun. And then Linda is as well taken from behind by someone. And Ricardo takes the last person who was had shot Avery's man, who is now bleeding out on the ground. You see Ricardo take him. He raises his gun to shoot him, and the other guy rushes him. So he's now restrained, and they're fighting. I would assume, Rosalia, you chase after, and you get shot in the leg for 10 damage.
10?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Flynn, do you go after Elsie or do you go after Linda?
Elsie.
Okay, yeah, no, it's totally fine. You go through,
Yeah,
you
Flynn
run
really
back,
fuck you,
and
Linda.
you take...
Jewish solidarity, but also she's being a bitch.
Yeah. You feel a bullet fly through the small of your ribs as you go to chase. Elliot, do you chase or do you try to shoot?
I think I'm chasing. I'm going after Elsie also.
You run after Elsie. This man goes to shoot. He misses 2 or 3 times because he's running now. Now he's fully got Elsie. It looks like there was something on the bag or something. Elsie's like not moving anymore. Some sort of like ether, you would assume, or something, right? Only because you know they want to take her alive. So you see some form of you see this body pass out. And so they're able to run with a smaller person. Linda also being smaller, they're able to run away.
Can I attempt to shoot the person that's running away with my daughter?
So all the rolls you guys did earlier are reflected in what's happening right now.
Yep.
I have a few different scenarios based on how many successes you got.
Oh my god.
And this is the level of success you got. This was a bit higher of a bar because of you're outnumbered. You're in a position you're not familiar with. This is where we're at. Sorry, I lost my spot where it was. Oh, okay. Yeah, Elsie passes out. Elliot, you're chasing. You're running. And you trip and fall. And as this man turns around stops to turn around and takes a couple steps back to lay out any sort of a finishing blow, Brujita gives him one right through the shoulder, and he has to run. That, however, does leave him with the ability, it goes to his arm. That does give him the ability to get away. Ricardo emerges from the struggle. It looks like he took some damage. It looks like he got stabbed a couple times. Not anything particularly deep. It doesn't look like he's a gushing wound, so it didn't hit any vital organs, but it looks like everybody's a little worse for the wear. Everybody's collecting themselves. Linda's gone. Elsie's gone. Philippe is dead. The last of Avery's men is dead.
Rosalia is not collecting herself. She
Rosalia-
is screaming at the top of her lungs.
Rosalia is bleeding out of her thigh. screaming at the top of her lungs. What is Flynn doing?
2 things. 1, did I take any damage from my gun wound?
Yes. Yeah, you should have taken... did I have that pre-marked? No, I didn't pre-roll that. Give me 1 second. Holy shit.
Oh no.
You take 12 damage.
Fuck. So I'm gonna, seeing how much I'm bleeding, just, try to hold it as best as I can.
Yeah.
And just, crawl over to Rosalia.
Yep.
And just, I can't really tend to her because I have to hold my fucking body together. But just, putting a hand on her face so she's making eye contact with me. We are going to find her. It's going to be okay. Just stop screaming.
Rosalia, give me a sanity check.
Yeah. I would have asked you to do that.
Yeah.
That is a fail. Oh.
I knew somebody was gonna come comfort her, and this is...
Oh no.
You lose 8.
Flynn.
Yeah, you lose
said-
8. You lose 8 sanity, and in a bout of madness, go to strangle Flynn. So I need a brawl roll.
Yeah.
No.
Fail? Okay. Brujita, you, as you run back up to the campfire, you see Rosalia. Looks like attacking Flynn.
I will, without hesitation, shoot her.
What? Do I
Give
see
me a shoot
that
roll.
happening? Oh my god.
That is a success.
Give me the damage.
No.
Rosalia, what's your health?
I know
at?
I can't dodge it, can I?
What's your health
at?
at?
Huh?
What's your health at?
It's at 17.
I rolled well on damage, but not 17 well. I did 13 damage.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Rosalia, you roll over in immense pain. You
what just
know
happened?
you're moving towards the damage, but you are that gunshot. That gunshot shattered your clavicle. Your left arm is functionally useless right now.
Do I see where that came
Yeah,
Just-
100%.
from? Alethea, no.
I think Alethea is going to storm up and get between Flynn and Rosalia with the rifle drawn. But she won't.
I
shoot
will say now that you have did the shot, Flynn, you just learned how to cast a spell. Intention, idea, and repetition. You have seen Brujita cast a fog spell, an obfuscate. You will imagine now that you have done that, you could be able to do something like that, or create some sort of illusion to hide, to make this shot, if not impossible, very, very difficult.
But it's already happened.
No, you're getting to react as Brujita is. So did you shot with the rifle that time, right?
Yeah, I shot with the rifle. I'm not
Yeah, so
planning
they
to do
are
a second shot.
they are bolt actioning.
Yeah.
The second one.
Well, she sees where we are right now, so I don't know how useful hiding would be.
So it is a spell to obfuscate, essentially create a barrier in between, so that they at least couldn't shoot.
Okay. No, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
So give me an occult roll.
God. Success. I just need to see if it's a particular kind. No, regular.
Okay. Now it would take an extreme success to hit them from this distance.
But I did
yeah.
scream no.
Yes, and as you scream that, right, and as you try to create that, that's where the barrier pops up.
And while I'm in that barrier, it's rough because I have to do it one-handed. I want to try to use some spell to close her wounds.
I love that. Give me another occult roll.
Can I push it?
Yeah. You go to cast the spell, and the hag in your head says, "This is not quite what I do, dearie. This one looks better off dead.
No.
Better to let the bitch rot and
Please.
feed the earth."
I don't know who you are or what it is you do, but that I can't. I came here to help people. We cannot turn on each other. We are not animals.
I don't know what you came into my forest for, but I'm just kind of drunk here, so just scratch my back. I saved your friend's life. What can you offer?
What do you want?
Firstborns. The blood of a virgin. The first night of a groom. Hey, prima noctas for women too, so.
I don't know what that means. I mean, I can.
What do you have to offer, boy?
Does my blood work? I'm that.
Give me your brother.
You know, I thought you would ask for something that would be
A
difficult.
life for a life, blood for blood.
Thought this would be harder. He's not helping anyone.
So then it's a deal.
Mm-hmm.
You must kill your brother and I will save your friend's life.
Oh, a deal's a deal.
Lovely. And then as you hear that, out from like this fog that popped up between Alethea and Flynn, that it's this like sort of fog, right, that like surrounded everyone. It sort of fell from the canopy. It begins to turn. So everybody's gonna need to roll a sanity roll after this, just so we're clear. Because what happens to this fog is it turns black, and it looks like space ceased to exist in front of you. Rosalia and Flynn are touching each other and cannot see each other. That is how black this black is. The fire that was enveloped in this is gone. There's no light emitting from this. This is the darkest black you've ever fucking seen. And Alethea, you just shot this person into it. Flynn yells, "Stop!" The cloud descends. Moments later becomes black, and it pours into Rosalia as the wound closes. Rosalia, you need to roll 2 sanity rolls actually, because the pain of your clavicle and shoulder realigning, healing, and setting back into socket is madness inducing. Actually, you just only have to roll 1 because you couldn't see from the outside. So that's what you feel. So you just roll 1. What did you get on the first one?
They were both successes either way.
Perfect. Your eyes kind of roll in your head and you pass out. Alethea, what'd you get for your sanity roll?
Do I make one?
Alethea
No,
gets a
you
failure.
can't see actually. You're a failure? Okay.
I'm a failure, yes.
Sorry. Not
you,
what I meant to say.
Bastion! Not you.
You lose 7
Don't talk about
sanity.
my friend like.
All right.
Fowler,
And I think
what we got?
that Alethea is pissed that, like, this is her power that's being used. And after she went to help Flynn, this is like how it's being paid back. Her power that she no longer has access to in such an honestly like grotesque and obvious manner that it's like enraging.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I don't have to re-roll. Do take the advantage, it just works?
Oh, yeah, it just works.
Okay.
You made a deal. You paid for
Yeah,
this.
fair.
Yikes.
What's up, Fowler?
By the grace of the good Catholic God that Elliot grew up worshiping, I rolled a success on that sanity check.
Give me 1 second. I need to roll, see what Brujita does. Okay. Where's my little table?
Failing sanity's fun every now and then, but goddamn,
Okay.
scary.
Brujita, you break your gun. And you take 3 damage breaking it on your thigh because you're a little person. And in like that fit of rage, it's like that you lose control, you black out, and you white boy out, but there's no drywall to punch. So you just break your gun over your thigh.
I want to pitch that I actually go to shoot Rosalia again now that I can see her, and the gun jams.
I love that.
And I just fucking snap it, and like I'm ready to throw fists.
Once the smoke clears, I'm gonna like stagger to my feet. I'm still bleeding a lot, I'm assuming.
It's not a ton. You'd be actually really surprised because bullets are hot. So unless you like nick an artery or a vein, you don't typically like pour out. It just kind of like steady wound.
Okay, so I'm gonna like stagger to my feet, and I'm just standing in front of between Rosalia and Brujita, and I'm seeing how angry she is, and Rosalia was just scared. She was just being reactive. It's okay. I'm okay. We're all gonna be okay. We need to calm the fuck down.
Give me a persuasion.
Oh god, that's not a great one. Fail.
Because as you say all this, Ricardo, holding his wounds, straightens up, knife in hand, right next to Brujita. And you realize in this moment that there are 2 people that are far more dangerous than the other 3.
Please, let's all just take a breath. No one meant anything.
What'd you get?
I failed.
Luckily, I got a hard success on psychology, so that's fine. Brujita, Ricardo, instead of directly acting, looks towards Brujita, awaiting orders, and that is where we will leave off.